I'm Leone. I'm on the road to discover places that have stood the test of time. Join me as I explore all but forgotten locations, their traditions, and meet the local people that make these places special. On this episode, we're in the hospitality state. Named after the greatest river in the country, it's the undisputed home of the blues. Oh, and the state beverage is milk. As for the state bird, it's the mockingbird. But the reason we're here is to find a much more elusive bird. Welcome back to Ramble On. This is Mississippi Mud. With over 250,000 gobblers from the Delta to the Gulf, turkey hunting is a local obsession. I mean, what's not to like? Beautiful birds, darn good meat, and sense is better than a human's, making it a proper challenge. It's everything you could want out of a hunt, in my opinion. The Hayes family is at the forefront of this tradition. Toxie started in Mossy Oak in the 80s with a camo pattern from a handful of sticks, dirt, and leaves he grabbed off the forest floor. A pattern he knew would almost be invisible to turkeys. And old Toxie was right.
All right, buddy boy, thanks for having us, man.
Welcome.
Hey, I mean, I'm just stoked to meet you and hang out with you, do some turkey hunting, and a big fan of Mossy Oak and what you guys have been doing.
The birth of Mossy Oak was my dad and my granddad turkey hunting together, being obsessed with this idea of being invisible from wildlife with your back up against a tree. This is like a month and a half of Christmas for us. It's our favorite time of year.
Spring turkey, Mississippi.
Spring turkey, Mississippi. This porch is one of my favorite places on earth. This cabin's almost 200 years old.
Wow.
My great, maybe one more great granddad was born in here. We spend a ton of time out here, and yeah, it's our favorite time of year.
Seeing the woods wake up and come to life, and all of a sudden these velociraptor, these dinosaurs in the tree, just, you know, it's amazing.
Yeah, if you just were to tell somebody that didn't know turkey's 20-pound bird that looks like a small peacock that
sleeps in the
tree and gobbles his brains out at sunrise, sounds like a dinosaur.
Has a beard and a face that only a mother could love. Like, you wouldn't think it'd be so delicious. You know, should have been the national bird, in my opinion.
Yeah, it could have. It almost was.
Almost was.
Ben Franklin thought so.
Yeah, looks like we got our work ahead of us trying to get some of these birds tomorrow, man. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't, but that's turkey hunting to me. Looking a little wet, boss.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a water line check real quick.
How's that gate doing? How's the report, boss?
It's not looking great, but the good news is Plan B is just right over there. So we're glad we got in early because we had about a mile's walk back there. It's slick as hell right there, so watch your step.
We sneak in at dark, tuck into the trees. Daniel starts calling. We get a gobble in the distance. Finally, some movement. It's a possum. Then a deer. Hell, we even had a family of pigs rustle up behind us, making a racket, tearing up the ground, and probably spooking off the birds, in my opinion. Eventually, the gobbler goes silent, and we admit defeat for the day.
I had a hell of a morning, man. Thank you for bringing me out. You know, we came in here, we got in, it starts getting light pretty quick, but we had a good jump on the daylight, and man, turkeys all around us. Man, just gobbling everywhere. You know, it was exciting and action-packed from the second we got back here.
Yeah, and it's cool around here because turkeys were borderline probably less than a decade from going extinct back in the 30s and 40s. And during the wild turkey revival, there's a footprint of a lot of just individual, really, really passionate land managers and people that love the critters and care about turkeys. Like my granddad, yeah. So every turkey in our county can be traced back to these 10 turkeys that he released in the 70s.
No kidding.
So for us, our family and stuff, it's like just having turkeys at all, knowing that, I mean, it was before I was born, but
sure,
knowing that we lost them for quite a long time.
So that's fascinating that the birds were close to being wiped out and then just having, I mean, common story, right? Like people that are saving the animals are usually the ones that are hunting them. you know, to be able to reintroduce and repopulate them and have it take and thrive, and then to have generations later be able to utilize and hunt and just see that resource come back is pretty awesome work.
Do as much good as you can to leave it better than you found it.
Yeah, I think that's a mantra we could all do better to live by.
Dang right.
Back at camp, Toxie prepares some meat from a bird he got that morning. And man, were they good. A few beers, a lot of turkey nuggets. In victory, you deserve it, but in defeat, you need it. The pursuit of turkey is about more than killing a bird. Call it a niche, a legion, a subculture. Those that hunt wild turkey are doing something that's just my type of crazy. The art of making an instrument that mimics the noise of a bird in nature and using it to hunt has always fascinated me. And there's a guy while on this trip I needed to visit.
Don't clean up much. So I took it your word, all right?
You had to twist his arm, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
I love the big fan of a lot of little structures.
A lot of little stuff.
Yeah, a lot of little stuff.
There's a whole bunch of junk. What it is.
This junk, man, I don't like to
That's
call it
right.
junk.
Exactly
Treasures. Right. Oh, look at this, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you probably spent a lot of time in here locked up, huh?
I do. A lot of the parts and pieces are plumbing pieces.
Plumbing supplies, yeah.
They're just copper, but it's been milled down so it's the right size, and so
That's how you connect them is with the
when I get ready to make calls, then.
Oh, it straight up is like a rifle shell.
Yeah, it is a rifle shell. Well, this is a 257 Magnum, a Weatherby cartridge, because it has a rounded shoulder. This was a carbon fiber call, and then these are the brass calls, and they're just like this call. These pieces just fit on there like that, and the bottom will fit on here like this. It flattens your lip out against your teeth. You make that sound, and you cover it up.
There you go.
You hear that?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that sounds nice.
Clear.
I like that
Clear.
little cackle.
And, I'm telling you what, you'd be surprised at how much that excites turkeys.
What are you doing with these here pig killing sticks?
Well, this is what I make the calls out of.
Oh, that's your carbon fiber tubes.
That's your carbon fiber arrow. They just
Yeah.
arrows. Yeah.
Oh, and you mean arrows? You straight up meant the arrows.
Yeah,
So
that's what makes the sound. And that's just some of them, you know, that are getting ready to be calls one of these days, I hope.
Heck yeah. And this, you believe, this type of technology was inspired from musical instruments, from a trumpet
well,
type
the
of.
American Indian, when the Pilgrims came here, were killing turkeys with the wing bone.
Yeah.
They take one or two of the wing bones or three of them,
hollow, right? Yeah.
and they call that turkey up with that.
Wow.
And so there's a wing bone.
All right.
Yeah, look at that.
Flying it in.
Yeah. And the Indians would have made them just the exact same way, except instead of using a fishing braid,
They would use the
gut.
Yeah.
You know, they'd stretch it. It'd be green.
Right.
Put it out in the sunshine, and it
Turns
tighten
into.
up. Yeah. And so that one sounds like this.
Whoa.
It's a little deeper sounding.
Man, that sounds pretty good though, huh?
It does sound good. You can try that one. That one's clean.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. That's it. That's all you're doing.
Sound like turkey's farting.
Press back against your mouth. You got the right raspy sound. You just got to practice at it. You've never done it before. That's it. That's how you start.
That turkey's having a stroke.
You have to practice some.
Little practice makes perfect. Or close
but
to.
that sound is unique.
Man, that is nice.
Yeah.
Hey, man, thank you for sharing this with me, man. This is a beautiful thing you got. W. Lester, 5080.
There's more to Mississippi than chasing spring tom birds. From Charlie Patton to Bunny Waters to Elvis, B.B. King, the Delta is responsible for turning out arguably some of the best musicians in history. I'm headed to Dockery Farm, widely credited as being the birthplace of the blues. We're here to meet a guy whose family pioneered the genre, and he calls himself Prince of the Delta Blues.
I was singing music. I've been around music, and of course, if you're African American and you live in the Delta,
Right.
okay, the number one word for music is church.
When I was a young boy,
15 years old. And I started out playing gospel. Didn't know anything about the blues.
Wow.
And when I started playing the blues, I discovered that I would hear the name Muddy Waters, but it didn't ring a bell to me at 9 or 10 years old. When I discovered it, Muddy Waters is my great uncle. He is my great uncle. He's my great grandfather's younger brother. My great great grandfather, which is Muddy Waters' dad. He's a family full of musicians. From his children to his grandchildren and to myself. Of course.
It's just in your DNA. It's in
my DNA. Well, I didn't choose the blues. Don't you know the blues chose me?
But like, Dad, you had to define what makes blues music?
What blues does, what makes it coexist with gospel, it makes it different. A gospel song gives you hope for tomorrow. Look, everything is going to be all right. Just hold on. A blues song, there's a question mark. My baby left me, and I really don't know if she's coming home.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's coming home. I lost my job. I don't know if I'll find another one.
It's less faith and more human condition.
Less faith and more human condition. It's talking about now.
Exactly.
Past is the past. Like, it's a lot of things in Mississippi past that we wish we could forget.
Sure.
But we can't forget it because it's a part of the history of Mississippi. Right. People need to know how far Mississippi has came from.
Right.
And how far it needs to go. I mean, it's progressing, but they still got a mile ahead.
100%, yeah.
I said, baby.
All right, man. Well, hey, it was a pleasure meeting you. We had a beautiful day here, and it's just an honor, man.
Pleasure meeting you. I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah,
Thank you. Good.
Next time I come down here, I'll catch you on the road sometime too, man. You get traveling a bunch, yeah.
You'll definitely catch me on the road. Don't you know the blues chose me? The blues chose me.
Mississippi doesn't have a professional sports team in any category, but trust me, they make up for it for their passion in college sports. 60 years ago, a bunch of Mississippi State fans created a thing called the Left Field Lounge. My kind of thing. They drive their cars and trucks into the outfield and cook up a storm and hang out with their friends. It looks a little different today, but there's still the heart and the passion that it originated with, and some of the old friends that still cook back then.
Well, you got a nice rig, man. We cooking some sausage and peppers.
Today we had some pork chops.
Looking good, man.
We got veggies. We got sweet potatoes, cold beers, right there.
Oh, man, you want to join me with one? Oh, man, well, cheers, man.
Cheers, brother.
I live up in New. Oh, he's going. Damn, boy.
That's very good.
Shit. Which color are we, bud?
We're the maroon one, the black.
The black. Yeah, all right. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Got the gold.
I keep thinking the ball's gonna fucking come right at me.
Get ready. I got you covered.
You got me?
It's more about baseball's a slow game, you know. You got to be patient.
Right.
You got to understand the game.
Beats watching it in front of the TV,
Hey,
too.
be
Yeah.
sitting in a damn at your house. Get out of here!
No way! Up now! Kid got a fucking home run! Get him! Play the leg! That's what I'm talking about. Putting him on the board, buddy. Son of a bitch, I can't help but think we didn't influence that a little bit.
We did it. I'm telling you.
Win or lose, it's a tradition to feed the opposing team after the game.
Thank you so much, guys.
No sore losers here, just good, clean Southern hospitality, baby.
Yeah, what a great tradition. It doesn't matter if you're ice fishing or watching a baseball game. You're cooking some food, you're hanging out, you might be having a couple of drinks. You're having a good time.
Yeah.
You're outside, you're doing shit.
Fellowshipping is what we call it.
Fellowshipping, you're doing shit. Rambling on. Wrap it up. Get yourself a beer, get yourself a hot dog. Turn the fucking camera off. I'm trying not to curse.
Well, I got a problem, baby.
Whether you're rolling the dice on a turkey hunt, gambling for love in the Delta, or simply
something
appreciate
you
the
don't
slow pleasures of life,
understand.
Mississippi is it. And if there's one through line for it all, it's passion.
The reason I don't have your love,
Passion for tradition, for craft, and for treating people like family.
baby, I'm a gambling man.
People don't wear their passion on their sleeve down here. It's just who they are and what they do.
Oh yeah, wherever they go. Yeah, wherever they go.
I low-key always kind of want to like end up being like a bus driver for something. I don't play a single instrument. Always did. I always wish I did. It's not too late. You know, I do believe in my 40s I'm going to become a musician. You know, I know you laugh, you know, but you watch, man. It's going to be my next call. This junk, man, I don't like to call it junk. Treasures. This is going to be me in 30 years if I'm lucky. Nice snag, bud. I don't know if I could be an outfielder. I don't know if I could, or maybe I could, you know, I guess it's a lot, man.